Hi there, Josh here, one of your Summit County Commissioners, and I'm here today in Silverthorne with Katie, who is the branch manager of the Silverthorne North Branch Library. And as you can see, we're undergoing our exciting capital project, and Katie's going to give me a bit of a tour and show us where we are in the process.
All right, let's take a look.
Awesome. So Katie, tell us where we are in the library right now.
So right now we're walking into the children's wing of the library. It was before the adult reading and collection, and it has been completely flip-flopped, and this is now going to be the children's room, complete with a new bathroom, story time space, and craft area.
So books will be here as well as programming opportunities, and the community can come in and use it for the kiddos.
Exactly, yeah. For our smaller weekly programs like story time, they'll be in here surrounded by the books. But when we do those larger programs like what we're doing now, summer reading program, where we do go into larger groups, we'll head outside or we'll use our larger conference rooms.
You know, even with the construction happening, it already feels brighter and lighter. Tell us a little bit about the architectural changes with the space.
Yeah, so in this space, we haven't necessarily opened up higher. We'll see that in a second when we go into the adult area, but we're going to be bringing the height of the shelving down, which was something that took up a lot of our site and a lot of the space before. So those shelves are going to come down and you'll be able to see across the whole space.
Awesome.
All right, so we're back in basically the entry, the foyer, central space of the library. So this will be our DVD collection, and right to my right will be our circulation desks. So we'll have a nice view of the whole facility, and our office admin space is all the way off to my right here, and that is expanded, probably almost doubled in size, and we've given the rest of the library, the public space, the great views out towards the river and the mountains, and then our offices will be back here behind me.
Now this space, so these were the former community rooms or our children's rooms. Tell us what's different about it now.
So it was one giant room, and it did have a divider so that you could use it as two different spaces, but we could never book it and allow community members to use it as two separate meetings. So a group of 5 people would use this whole big room, and then unfortunately we would have to turn others away. So now we have separated it out, so we do still have one large room. It will be divided with an entrance on both sides, so we can have 2 smaller groups in the elk or the moose.
Love it. That's excellent.
Or if they book it as a combined space, we'll be calling it the lodge.
Okay.
And then off here to your left will be an 8 to 10 or so conference room that again can be reserved by community members, nonprofit boards, things like that. That is the Mountain Goat room.
Love it. So what's so important about this space is that we had talked early on about how we want it to be flexible and how we want more community groups to be able to access opportunities for programming, meetings, etc.
Yeah.
And so this is just another way in which the libraries can serve our community in expanded ways.
Absolutely. Yeah, we were unfortunately constantly turning people away because we just didn't have the space to accommodate. Silverthorne, the county as a whole, is growing so much.
Yes.
People are meeting from all around in a central place, and we are that right near I-70. So being able to have more than one group meeting at a time, we can just accommodate more. And then they're also using our great library resources as well.
It's exciting.
Yeah. So Josh, right behind you, there used to be a wall here. There was a circulation desk, a couple small offices, but that's where the library stopped.
Yes.
So this is our big wow factor. This is the excitement. This is the big piece. When folks ask us, well, when is that renovation going to be done? And then we remind them we're adding almost 3,000 square feet to the building. Then they have a little bit better picture and idea of what this project really means for our town. So yeah, this new addition is all of our new adult reading collection and a designated space for the young adults.
So that's really important as we talk about the needs of our youth community and you know, teens. What types of things might we expect to see taking place here once we are able to open?
Well, we really hope to be that spot where those teens and the youth will come and be a safe place. A lot of folks are starting to call the library their third place. Excellent. After home and school or work. And so we really hope that we become that for the kids here. So they used to have just a little corner.
Yes.
So now they are going to have their own room with some lounge space, video games. Yes, we will still encourage the video games.
Excellent.
Some study space, and then of course their collection that's designated and is really geared for their age and their likes and their interests.
And that's so important because one of our goals at Summit County Government is to increase access, equity in terms of the types of folks who can come in. We want the space to be for everyone in our community. And that's going to be able to serve that purpose.
Absolutely. All right, so we've made our way down to the other end of our large adult wing here, and if you can put your imagination to work here.
Yes, yes.
But we'll have a beautiful fireplace centerpiece here, and some great comfy reading chairs. It'll just be a wonderful spot to just take a break and just be surrounded by the library, the books, and these wall behind me here doesn't have them yet, but will have 12-foot windows. 12-foot windows, so you will be able to see right out to the rec path. The Silverthorne and County Rec Path runs right next to the library here, and you can maybe even hear it is the river, which is flowing really well right now.
Yes, it is.
So we'll have some great outdoor space, so indoor, outdoor, and it'll be just a really nice, comfortable, peaceful place to hang out.
So I'm trying to imagine and envision, it almost feel like a lodge where you can come in, sit by the fireplace on those colder days, whether it's a day like today in June, or of course during the winter months. But when the weather allows, very exciting to have the outdoor space, which will allow for additional reading, community gathering, events, and it interacts with the river. So tell us a little bit about why we felt that was an important design for a space that's a library.
Well, this is a very special location for this building, right next to the river, right next to the rec path, and that's how a lot of our community gets around in the
Yes.
summertime. People are riding their bikes. Our front sidewalk is filled with bikes in the summertime.
Yes.
That's how folks get to the library. So to be able to just transition easily from one to the other will just be really great.
It's exciting.
Yeah. All right, so another thing that we heard from the community that they really wanted in this project was space to work and study. As we all know, people have become remote workers, they're traveling, they're going here and there, and the library has become a great place for people to stop and study. So we've got 3 study rooms of various sizes, so folks will be able to book those during library hours for 2 or 3 hours at a time. They can do small groups or individual work. So I think that will meet a big need we get asked all the time.
Well, Katie, this is so exciting about the North Branch Library, but Summit County also has 2 other branches that are currently open and operating. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so our main library is in Frisco, and they actually just celebrated their 1-year anniversary of their renovation.
Yes.
So they are open 6 days a week. And then we also have a branch in Breckenridge, that's our south branch, same hours there. And then if you want to find the North Branch, we are still operating even though we're not in the building. We have a satellite library inside Bluebird Market.
And you've got books there and some limited programming and other activities that folks can stop by. What are the hours in Silverthorne at the Bluebird Market?
So we are open Monday through Thursday, 10 to 6, and Friday and Saturday, 10 to 5.
Awesome. Now, for people who are super excited as we are for this to open, what is the anticipated date for the North Branch Library reopening?
So right now, there's a lot of factors still up in the air, but we are looking at a reopen in the fall. That's about as narrow as we are right now.
That'll be about the time we want to get inside,
Yes.
sit by the fireplace, and then read a good book.
Yes.
So if people would like information about library services in Summit County, where's the best place for them to go?
SummitCountyLibraries.org.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
Katie, thank you so much for taking time with me today. We're all excited about this project.
Yeah, thanks for coming by.